There's a specific fierce ability that we black people need to crawl into before it's too late. You see, the there's this great ability, this asset that is has been lying idly for quite longer than it deserves, and many nations, many cultures, many business people have come into this awareness, and they understand how capitalizing this kind of asset I'm about to speak about is. So the idea of using to our benefit family. You see those strings and those bonds that we can build in family. If we can really spring them out in all the other aspects, in all the other departments and areas of our life, we can really experience a great success. They say charity begins at home, and I say, you see, in as much as they also do say that a prophet is not realized in his own culture, but looking at the Eastern kind of business, the Arabic people have understood the power that lies inside. You see, that kind of honesty that lies within doing business with family members. It's just that we have two major problems, I believe, just looking at my society from where I'm from. One of which is the fact that when one of us succeed, we don't understand that it is like all of us have succeeded. We tend to exclude this person, we tend to hate on this person, we tend to believe like there is some distinction happening, yet God is trying to enter into that family. He cannot like enter like rain upon everyone. He is obviously going to get that one person who is in the right mindset, who is in the right competency to enter in those blessings. It's a matter of us to copy, it's a matter of us to glean, it's a matter of us to learn from that person. So unfortunately, we're not using these openings to get out there and show out the best that we as a family have, to show out the best that we can learn through this one gateway that has been opened by one of us. Because, folks, it is easier to be motivated by someone you know than it is to be motivated by someone distant from you. So this person you've been connected to he is almost like you, because man, you know him as a failure, you know him as nothing, and now he's beginning to become something. So it's like he is not only arising alone, he is arising together with you, together with that part of you which believed that it was impossible, which believed that we as a family cannot do it. So now one of you is doing it amongst you. Surely it is everyone succeeding at that moment, because you were all of you were held captive by one chain. The chain that held him, if he has now been able to break it, he has broke it for you as well. It's a matter of you to receive that win, to accept that win, that now a blessing has arrived here for all of us, folks. And another thing that kills us amongst the two I have stated is the fact that if he is willing to share some of what he has acquired from his personal endeavors, we tend to bring him down, you see. We tend to exploit him. We tend to really consume, no longer contributing to what has been acquired here to take it somewhere. But you see, I think before I get too lost, I want to really clarify something here. So the point I'm trying to make is that more than it is, yes, you need professionals in as far as going about business is concerned, but also you do need trustworthy people you can get along, people who can take the fall with you, people who can compromise sometimes, people who will say when the business encounters tough moments, who can put them second for the business to sprout. And yes, some will argue that and family is not the kinds of people who can take a fall with you, but family is the kind of people you can ask special favors from, because you can't ask a random person you're in business with to do you a favor. There is no explaining to me your personal issues at work, but there is no need to even explain something that is going on in your personal life with a person that is a family member, because he already knows, man, the gravity, he already knows the sincerity of the consequence of the situation you are facing at home. So it's a matter of really being in the same mindset with this family member, of course, because if that's not the case, you are doomed to fail. So if we were so understanding and able to use that to our advantage, I really believe using family strings, we can really bring financial prosperity into the home while still strengthening the family bonds at the same time. It's kind of one of another way of looking for each other, in a way. But also I don't want to get too inclusive here. I'm still business minded, because some other people will look at me like, see, you're actually trying to miss two things that don't get along. I just happen to see them getting along in the sense that, you see, when you make this person understand, not necessarily when you make this person understand, when everybody understands how money works, because how money works is not how family works, but there are certain similarities, there are certain midpoints in as far as these two worlds are concerned. So if you can merge these two worlds using these similar hotspots, we can really succeed in both family existentiality and financial pursuit. We can really hit two birds with one stone. So now it's a matter of upgrading and assisting those parts of our life that ain't doing quite well. You see, those parts of our life that are less taken seriously, that appears insignificant to us, that we don't have the drive, the motivation to stand out, to wake up each and every day and go out for, using those consolidated, those solid parts of our life that are not up for argument. You see, don't done and dusted, those parts of our life we know that we cannot mess up with. You see, they are an inevitability in our lives. Using the mentality, using the fire burning behind them, we can really spring some life on these other parts of our life that are really struggling. You can really get to empower that part of your life you take less serious, using that power of that part of your life you take serious. I just really wish you can see my perspective here, because it is overwhelming me as I'm trying to bring it together as well. But the point I'm really trying to make, and I'm sorry for ever over explaining myself, it's just that it's a delicate subject to speak about. You see, it involves some fragile matters. You see, it involves hearts. You see, it involves legacy, it involves heritage. But I'm gonna try my best to really get my honest point, because I really believe it is not that rebellious, it is not that too presumptuous. The point is, when we mix the weaker whys of doing anything in life with the stronger whys, when really try to cling that which is weak to that which is strong, when we really accompany that weaker part of ourselves with that stronger part of ourselves, we are empowering the weaker part of ourselves. In what sense? So you are working with your brother. Now I'm gonna get back to this subject. Yes, you're working with your brother and you know how, you see, your brother, how things are at home for your brother, you know how his family depends upon him, and you don't want to let that down, you see. So as you are doing your part, you see, you're gonna try your best to really nail it, you see, to really not be the one to let this business down. So at that point in time, I see both the family and the company sprouting, succeeding. Somehow you are not now only operating from the motivation of money only, but also you're looking deep into what has brought you together here. You see, you're looking back into some other bonds, some other things that are at stake here, and you don't want to allow just some laziness, just some stupid decisions at work to really have an effect on those matters. Some people may accuse me and say I'm trying to mix two things that are imperishable here, but I do see it affecting each other, whether wanting or not. The way we carry ourselves in all the other areas of ourselves, we do undeniably affect family, affect relationships, affect life, love, whatsoever that we treasure. You see, those decisions you make out as a child, playing with other child, sports wise, whatsoever, at school, you see, on aggregate, they're gonna come back to haunt all of us, not only you. So I get to understand that if we come out then as a team, as an army of bloodshed strings, you see, historical strengthened bonds, you see, just having just some little bit of background here, I see us really conquering that army. You see, it's why I'm picking from the Arabic mentality of you see, fixing business within family lineage. I've seen them succeeding mainly of, you see, that heritage, that wanting of not wanting to be the one to disappoint, to let down, you see, what my grandfathers, what my great-grandfathers have done, you see. So it's something that already has a background, already has a backup, you see. I'm not doing this on my own. I'm not out there doing business on my own. My family is with me. People I share a certain particular affection with, you see, we're already connected in some kinds of ways. So I'm just gonna bring that connection into this sphere of my life, and it's gonna undeniably benefit me.